Good evening, everybody. It's Monday, which means it's time for Enterprise at 8. That's right. This is Live Long and Podcast Star Trek Enterprise Rewatch series. It's been about 20 years.
20 years?
20 years?
Wait a second, that wasn't Trip. Wait a second. All right, something's going on here.
What's going on with Adam there?
Oh my God, not
There's
again.
a glitch in the Matrix, apparently. All right, anyway. Yeah, we'll just live with it. Anyway, tonight's episode is Carpenter Street. This is basically an episode where time travel is what it is. But, you know, it's been about 20 years since, of course, Carpenter Street first aired, but we're just getting started here at Enterprise at 8. I'm Jody Simpson, and along with me is my co-host and the man who not only can operate a car, but also a starship, Adam Woodward.
Hello, Jody.
How are you today? I'm supposed to actually put you all in separately, but I'm not going to bother. So we don't have Dave today. Dave and Kevin are both currently on assignment, special assignment on vacation on Riza or Jamaica, whatever. Something like that anyway. But but you know what? Today is a very awesome day, Adam. Do you know why?
First day of spring?
Well, that's also true. But we also, joining us today is our cousin, as well as everyone else's cousin, one half of Locutors of Trek's podcast, Davan Skelhorn. How are you, Davan?
Oh, good.
Wait a second. I never know he's missing. I just think he's always here, regardless.
He's always here in spirit.
Yes.
It's a sunny day, sweeping the clouds away.
Did I hear it was your birthday
I'm
too?
on my way to where the air is sweet. Can you tell me how to get to Carpenter Street?
Wow, I should have got you to do the intro.
I was gonna play that on harmonica, but I thought Jody would.
Let's not go that far. All right, I liked it. I didn't like it that much. All right. Anyway, let's get into the episode here, gentlemen. We're gonna have to do video today because the screenshots unfortunately had a
glitch
problem. So please don't sue. That's pretty much where we're going here. We'll just play it in pause every so often, so we'll see what happens here. But obviously I'm not doing audio either. But basically we start off in what appears to be present day. So we see this
2004.
2004, yes. And we see this chap, and he's going into some sort of building, and we don't know who he is. Well, we do because we've already seen the episode, but you know, what can you do?
It's a fresh-faced 20-year-old in this time.
Oh, well, there you go. Eh?
So
but anyway, he goes into this, this kind of bachelor pad / no-tell motel type situation. It's a pretty crummy apartment.
Like, this is just depressing right from the start.
Yeah,
you know?
You're already depressed for this guy, and you don't even know who he is yet.
Like, he hasn't washed his hair in some time. He lives in a shitty little place.
Yeah.
You know, oh my God.
And on top of that, he's
eating like day-old pizza,
beer, and day-old pizza that's in his bathroom. Yeah, I thought that was quite interesting.
Disgusting bathroom, dirty.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy's good though. He was the android that hates flesh beings on Voyager. He's pretty intense.
Oh, that's where I know him from. Okay,
Leland Orser is his name.
Yeah, Leland
Orser. Okay. Yeah. But basically, he gets a phone call, and the phone call.
Look at the phone. Look how dirty that phone is.
Oh yeah, it's just grubby. Yeah, it's nasty, grubby. Like, this dude is clearly on like the bottom end of the scale.
He gives IVs all day. This is the people they let stick you with needles. People remember that.
And then you see this character walking around who's on the other end of the phone, and we see this, and he's just walking around, and oh my, it's a Xindi. It's a Xindi. And of course, we get the Star Trek intro, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So anyway, that was actually a pretty good jump there. All right.
Some ladies of the evening.
Ladies of the evening still got to make money. So there you go. But basically, he's like, hey, I kind of want your friend there. Maybe. And she's like, you don't know what you're missing, jerk. And she kind of walks off. But if we notice there, Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Smell your blood type.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dean Morgan's in this episode. Ooh.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, Negan himself.
There he is there.
I don't think that's him, but anyway.
Okay.
That man is a method actor if there ever is one. But anyway, what
the things makeup can do.
Yeah, exactly. You thought Walking Dead makeup was scary? Listen, you ain't got nothing on this. But anyway, he picks up this girl. We still don't know really what's going on yet, but we will shortly.
I know a place, honey. Just pull up over there.
Yeah. There you go. Oh, that was a very good representation of the voice there.
Thank you.
Pretty good. But Dave, if he's watching this right now, is like, oh my God, they're showing video. We're gonna get killed here. The censors are gonna come down on us. I think it'll be okay, but we'll see. We'll just stop it every so often. But no audio though, so that way. Got to fool those.
There's all the credits, Jody. We're giving
this is like the only kind of, I think the only scene that kind of annoys me, because like she should be, given what her job is, she should know exactly what he's doing.
Oh yeah, this guy is definitely bad news.
And she's just like, oh, what is that? Like, come on now.
Does this rag smell like chloroform to you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was a bit bad. That scene was kind of bad.
Yeah. So, but anyway, he basically knocks her out. And then he like grabs this box, and inside the box is a needle with something in it. We don't really know yet what it is, but we'll figure that out pretty quickly. He's knocking her out, even though she's already knocked out. So I don't really understand the reason for the needle, but I guess maybe it's a long-term sedative. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because chloroform does wear off after a while, I think, but. I wouldn't know. I haven't been in a position where I've used it, but
so this is 2004. I don't remember that many station wagons lasting into 2004.
Well, this is Detroit.
A lot of this looks like the 80s.
It totally looks like the 80s.
The way Leland Orser was dressed and his hair and stuff.
Yes, it totally looks. This is an 80s car.
It's almost like it's almost like they shot this thinking it was going to be in the 80s, and then they changed it to like 2004 or something.
It's 2004 pretending to be 2004.
Yeah, I guess maybe. But the security for this entire establishment is just one gate. So that's pretty protected.
Well, it is Detroit, and they're just let's talk about it. They're back in Detroit. The whole city's falling apart at this point anyway. So
a lot of abandoned buildings.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah,
abandoned neighborhoods. Like you could probably
unfortunately
do a lot of sketchy shit.
Yeah, I also like that the door is very high security as well, as we can see.
Just walk in with a girl over your shoulder.
Oh! The Matrix is catching up to Adam again. Might be time to buy a new webcam. But anyway,
you just keep expecting like Amanda Plummer to be on. Like, we are taking him.
we should start having like a clip where we can just kind of interchange it every time Adam's camera goes nuts. We can just interchange it with it. That'd be cool. But anyway, yeah, this dude knows how to administer IVs, so clearly he works in some sort of medical profession. We don't really know yet, but yes, it's a blood bank. Yeah. I was trying to save something for the audience, Adam, but you just blew it.
Well, listen, hey, as a kid, like I don't even know if we do. Do we have blood banks in Canada? Because I don't remember. Like I always thought of this as a U.S. thing.
We give it. Yeah.
Oh, you mean where you get paid for it? No,
we don't. We don't get paid for it.
I know we have blood banks. We have the whatever they at this point
cross and all that. Yeah. But basically, we noticed that we have a couple people.
And down there, already... you can even give plasma, which is apparently incredibly painful, but they pay you more for it.
Yeah, getting quality plasma there and quality blood. I bet.
There you go. Yeah. So anyway, we get Archer, who's currently raiding the galley, trying to find anything he can. They've already done their job, rework. They've already pre-cut all those slices of cheese and everything, but yet he's got to go in there and destroy it all.
I think he's going to make a sandwich. He's getting cheese for Porthos.
Yeah,
one.
He gets 3 pieces of cheese. 2. This dog is not going to shit for a week.
Well, they told him not to feed the dog cheese.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Only he gets to do it. Because imagine if everyone
else like Porthos. Who's this man?
Cheese.
That's right.
Oh, it's old Daniels.
Good old Daniels. Always shows up when the plot needs it.
I wonder when you're going to show up, Daniels.
Yeah. Wonder when you're going to conveniently show up again.
This is where Archer just looks again. He's just so angry. Like, why are you here? Why is my camera screwed up again?
He's not the only Starfleet captain that gets angry at the timey-wimey shit. As soon as time travel starts to happen, captains get real.
Yeah, they get all pissy about it. Yeah.
It's so true.
Yeah, they don't like it.
It's very true.
Cisco took it well. He had a good
Daniel's basically, they're having a conversation. Archer's like, essentially, hey, did you know about this weapon? And he's like, I don't know anything more than you do, basically. So he's the most useless time traveler ever.
Yeah. What are you doing here then? Like, exactly.
Yeah. Like, what's the point of you? And
His organization is super useless. Like,
what do they call them? The
well, they're the Federation still, aren't they? Like,
well, they are, but they're a branch of them.
yeah, he's like the Time Division or whatever. The Chrono Division, something
like that. But basically, he says, well, we know that there's 3 Xindi, and they've gone back to 2004 and in Detroit.
So that's really funny. So they can't tell us that there's been a weapon that killed or destroyed Earth, but they know there's 3 Xindi in 2004.
Well, the one thing that I find that is something that goes throughout the whole time thing in this series is Daniels only says what he has to say. He doesn't actually give you any more information than you need to know, which I think is probably on purpose, right?
Yeah, that's time protocol.
Yeah, basically the protocol of the organization. I love how Porthos just kind of walks in, makes himself at home, and into Paul's chamber, and she's just like, "Oh, great, you smell worse than the humans do." But anyway, so and she's in her normal, midriff omitted wear.
See, this is funny too, is that he said, come to my ready room, come to the conference room, come anywhere, but he has to go to her quarters while she's sleeping. It's just weird, strange to me.
Yeah, exactly. But basically he's like, basically Daniel says that we need to go back in time, and I can bring somebody with me, so I'm gonna bring you. He gave us some nifty little gadgets.
I think this is funny that he chose her simply because he wants to prove that time.
He wants to prove it to her. Yeah, exactly. There's so many other people that he could have brought that would have been just as useful. But he's got to bring T'Pol.
I don't know about that, actually. She's far more competent than the rest of that.
Well, she's competent for sure.
Of that crew, yes.
Yeah.
But he could have easily brought a Makos with him or something like that, right? Like
you want your science officer, especially if you're going back in time. Like, for example,
well, wait a second.
She knows what that medication is. She knows all about it.
Hold on, though. You've got your first officer and your captain not only going off the ship, but going 250 or 200. Was it 200? I can't remember how many years back.
It's like 250 years.
Yeah. And leaving anyway, it's nuts to me. So then Trip's in charge,
and the only other person in this episode from the Enterprise crew is Trip.
Yeah,
he's the only one that shows up in this entire episode. So I'm willing to bet this was like a vacation episode for everybody.
Did you say pan-fried catfish? I would like some pan-fried catfish.
Oh wait, there's another scene. There's another protocol thing. Here's the roster.
Yeah, here's the duty roster.
The captain does the duty roster? Really?
Apparently.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, at least back then they did.
There's only like 48 people on
Picard wouldn't be caught dead doing the roster. He'd be like,
man, that's like
Riker, do that. It's your thing.
Well,
maybe T'Pol. Maybe T'Pol gave it to Archer to give to him. Who knows? But basically,
his first officer is also his science officer.
But I like how it just instantly cuts to them in Detroit. There's no like weird like tunnel effects or anything. It's just like they're there. Zip-dee-doo. They're there. I did like this scene though, where he's looking for vulnerabilities in cars so you can steal one. So it went a little long, this scene, but I thought it was kind of neat. He's like, oh, this one has a motion sensor built in. Can't do that. And then he's like, oh, I'll unlock this one. So he goes to unlock this one, and it's like there's a dog or something in it, I remember.
No, this one has a boot on it.
Oh, this one's got the boot. That's right. Yeah. Oh, this thing looks like it's built to incapacitate this vehicle, Captain. Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. Well, I guess we're moving down to the next one then. And then he goes to the next one, and the next one's like got a dog in it. Which, who leaves a dog in a car overnight? I guess that is a very good, effective strategy. But, I don't
even really like dogs. Still.
Well, they left the window open a crack, Jody, so it's okay.
Well, they had to leave the crack open so that way the dog could like bark its ass off at you, I guess. And then he's like, oh, look at this sweet ride.
Yeah, I knew he was going to get the truck all the way along.
The dog's there just to guard the car. It's probably just the owner loves his car.
Anyway, into the Ford.
It's not a Ford. This is a...
What's a GM?
This is a Dodge Dakota, isn't it? Looked like a Dodge Dakota from the outside, but I could be wrong.
Just hitting the radio buttons.
I like how he's having trouble with the radio, though.
But like that's how it would work. Like the buttons you need would be on the front comm panel like that. And
he acts like Candace every time Candace gets in my car because I always listen to music really loud. She's like, "Wah!" every time I start the car. So that was pretty accurate, actually, that portrayal. But then they're like, Captain, have you ever driven one of these things? And he's like,
this vehicle.
I could drive a starship. It's fine.
I like T'Pol in this episode. She's fun.
Yeah, she adds a little bit to it, which is nice. So, but anyway, he's like, driving, and then they're like talking about how they got to find the Xindi, and she's like, yeah, we got to be within like 3 kilometers of the Xindi to be able to detect them. And he's like, well, how long is that going to take? And she goes, well, with the route I planned,
82 kilometers.
Yeah, 82 kilometers we have to drive, but there's a good chance we'll find them before that.
Oh, turn your lights on, Captain.
Oh yeah, it looks like your illumination is not on.
Yeah. Your forward illumination.
I still think it's a Dodge, but we'll see. I guess. But anyway, I did notice that in one scene, it's got different color hubcaps than it is later on. So I'm wondering if they use more than one of these trucks. But anyway, oh yeah, that's not a Ford. That's some sort of Dodge or Chrysler, I think. But anyway. Not that makes
it's from 2002.
What does the flashing light mean? And he's like, oh, that's the gas light. Like, how the hell does he know that? He never grew up with anything that would have had that. But anyway.
Well, that's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
You think somebody who doesn't know doesn't really know what gas is knows what a gas pump looks like?
Well, it's just like
he does know what gas is in relation to a vehicle from that time. Like he's not that far. It's not 250 years. This is like 150 years in the future.
Is it 150?
Enterprise time. Yeah, I think they're like the 2160s or something.
Sorry, I gotta mute my phone here. It keeps going off.
So I don't think that's too. Like, who knows how much longer in Star Trek time they kept using that as well. Like, I'm sure after World War III, when everyone was poor and destitute, they started using cars again.
Yeah, so we go back to the littlest hobo, which is, well, I guess he's not the littlest hobo. He's not that cool.
There's a voice. Keeps on calling me.
Down the road. That's where I'll always be.
Non-Canadian listeners, just trust us on this.
Just trust us. It's awesome. So anyway, he goes to this door and he's like, yeah, so we did the wrong paperwork.
11 o'clock at night. The guy's like,
yeah.
It's like,
like, who buys this story? And on top of that, for $25.
Well, $25.
Yeah, but $25 in 2004 isn't that much anyway. Like,
man, 2004. Yeah, I mean, well, 1994. I would have done this for $25. I'll go anywhere.
94 maybe, not 2004. But anyway. So anyway, he's like, yeah, no, you need to come with me. And at this point, we don't know that the dude's in a wheelchair. But he is in a wheelchair. Yeah, so, and this is kind of when we figure out that what he's actually doing is he's getting people based on blood type. So there's a little thing that they say just after the scene, I think, where he basically says something along the lines. But basically, yeah, it's they're still looking for it, but they're about to run out of gas. But sure enough, they found it. But was this before or after they went to the ATM?
After.
This is after. Okay,
so they've already got their money.
We talked through the ATM then.
They've already got their gas. Because not only did he know what a gas tank was, he knew to go to an ATM to get money.
Yeah, fair enough. 2004 is my birth year.
One up you there, Sam. Today is my birthday.
There you go. Happy birthday, Davan.
Why does Adam look like he's asleep? Because I freaking tired.
Little thing called working for a living.
Yep.
He's like, under these clothes, I'm asleep.
Indeed. Oh, and look, we have another one here. Yay, Davan, my man.
It's me.
That's the Davan. Oh, and we got a dog with us as well. This is more interesting than this part of the episode, actually.
Hey there, Papa. It's Porthos. Or one of the other musketeers.
Do you feed your dog cheese, Adam?
I don't.
Who's rubbing up against their microphone?
Okay. Too much dog on your microphone there, Adam.
Sorry.
So you're just a problem today, aren't you?
I totally am. Because I'm asleep.
It's because you're asleep. But anyway, so they end up seeing this guy. They follow him. They notice what's going on here, and he's like, "Oh, okay." They're going in there, and they're like, "Okay, well, we've detected 3 life forms in here that happen to be Xindi. So obviously there's something going down." So and there's T'Pol hiding in the shadows there, so she wouldn't get seen.
I find right about here it picks up. The second half of this episode is a lot.
This is where it gets better for sure. Sam wants to know, what's your dog's name, Adam?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. This is Ripley, named after Ellen Ripley.
Ellen Ripley,
indeed. Yes. Just as tough.
A great hero of our time.
Indeed. I do like the Prince leather pants that the Xindi wear, though. I think those are pretty nice. So he's basically like, we need the last 3 here before, and he's like, tomorrow, why? I can't do tomorrow. And they're like, okay, well, we'll double your payment. And he's like, oh, okay. Because, that's money is motivation in Detroit in 2004.
First, they're like, we're not paying you. They're like, we're actually, you have to bring it all to us once for one payment, everything.
Yes, that's right.
It's like, no, that sucks. They're just like, oh, okay, well, we'll double your payment. It's just like, what? They're obviously just telling you whatever they want you to.
Yeah, they just want you to bloody well do it. Like, just smart enough
exactly.
to do it, jackass. But yeah. So.
Yeah, Loomis is not the smartest. I mean, he's the one in control here. He's getting the bodies. He should just say, I'm not coming back until you pay me.
Yeah. Until the heat's off.
But he's also desperate for the money, as you can tell. Like, he's clearly desperate for it.
Well, he still wouldn't clean his apartment.
Like, he's got to get a phone. Like, he's got to get a phone that's clean, so that's going to cost money. Those cordless aren't cheap in 2004, So anyway, he drives the good old stick wagon there.
It's my birthday, and I'm going to go fill up my drinky poo.
For sure. But basically, yeah, so Archer and T'Pol decide they're going to follow this guy around. They follow him around. Basically, he goes back to his kind of hotel room there. And who shows up at the door? Good old Archer.
Good old Archer. So he looks like he's a little panicky here. Then he jumps on his pullout. Or is that already?
He grabs a beer and then he jumps on his pullout and he starts looking through the files. And
I thought it was funny that the pullout flipped up. Did you see that when he jumps up?
Yeah, it did actually flip up a little. Yeah, I remember seeing that. Yeah. Oh,
whoops.
There it is. But anybody who has those pillows and that lampshade deserves to get kicked around a bit. Let's be honest. But basically, now we notice that there's blood types, and he's going through all these blood types. So obviously, they're making some sort of bioweapon or something like that requires them to be able to see how it reacts to all the different blood types of humans. And he's going through it. He's like, oh, that guy's a tubby bastard. I can't take him. And he's going through everybody. And then all of a sudden somebody knocks at the door. Who is it? It's the Archer man. He's back with vengeance. But anyway.
Yeah, he's already a little panicky because he knows the cops could be onto him.
Well, and he basically said, like, the cops are, getting suspicious here. It's not going to take him long to figure out that, I'm going to be a person of interest, considering, all these people went to the same blood bank, essentially. So this is where our chase scene starts, which happens to be a very good chase scene, I thought.
Oh yeah, they call Kirk the cowboy captain, but like Archer's the cowboy.
Archer definitely has some
He'll
cowboy.
Kick down your door.
I love how he looks up at Archer, though. He's like, "Oh, where's Archer?" And then T'Pol's just like, "Here, let me just Vulcan nerve pinch your ass." And he's on the ground, and she's just like, "I've done good."
Wage Home crew didn't look comfortable. They looked very out of
Some of them did, but some of them didn't. Yeah.
Kirk seemed fine.
Scotty was comfortable.
Computer.
And maybe Sulu. Sulu was pretty comfortable too.
Because Scotty just doesn't mind giving away future secrets or anything.
No, he doesn't care. He's like, fuck the timeline. I'm going to lock my ass in a transport buffer later on in life anyway. What does it matter?
And Sulu just flew a Huey. Like, he just, no problem. I'll take up.
He's like, I'm going back to Nam.
We know he never invented a thing.
Yeah. So anyway, Archer's giving chase here to, there's 2 aliens left. One of them was shot, so he's down. And T'Pol's like, oh, you know, blah, blah, blah.
$1
And he's like, those are some nifty little gadgets you have here. Let me show you my switchblade. He's like, switchblade? That doesn't sound interesting. I do like this, though, where she anticipates them coming down the thing. And he's like, what?
Well, Archer gave him a heads up, too.
He beeps the horn, though.
And he honks the horn. What an ass.
Yeah.
But I think this is where he figures out that they're aliens. And he's like, holy shit.
Think? Yeah.
But he's still trying to attack T'Pol.
Yeah, T'Pol's just like, here, let me bump this up a couple.
I think it'd take it down a couple notches.
Yeah, we'll
stun him.
Yeah, I probably would have shot his ass. But anyway. So Archer's like, oh, he's on top of the roof now. We got to get up there. He's like, oh, look, convenient ladder is convenient. Let's go up. I would have let T'Pol go first, man. She's faster than Archer. Archer runs like an old man.
Ooh, good disbursement system.
I don't know how effective that's going to be, though. Like, maybe get the block. You want to do like they did in that The Rock, where they want to fire missiles up in the atmosphere and then blow up the bioagent. You know, that's the way to really do it. Obviously, these indies haven't watched any Nicolas Cage movies.
They're lost.
They're lost for sure.
Yeah, again, like this whole trading phaser shots.
Adam's like, I am so bored.
Yeah, he is. Why does Adam look like he's asleep?
Because
that's not asleep. That's him being bored.
Now, I found this episode very long to watch.
I like the content of the episode, but yeah, it's definitely a slow episode.
And it was another derailment of the Xindi plot, somewhat.
Well, I don't know if it is.
No, it's a derailment of the mission. Like, it does involve the Xindi. And
yeah, but you've got some strong ideas here. Like you know, going back in time is strong. Bringing Daniels back.
Yes.
Well, and they say somewhere
this is the episode that ties together the Xindi and the time travel world.
Yes, that's true.
Time war going.
Yeah, it's more of a carrier episode.
It makes it one thing. This is where Archer realizes.
Now look at that damn makeup,
it's
though.
All one problem.
It's
good makeup.
Oh yeah.
I love how he's
all
like,
the Xindi look good, I think. I would have loved to have seen a Xindi avian.
That's Jeffrey D. Morgan right there.
Mm-hmm.
No, is it?
Yep, that's Negan.
I didn't think he was one of the ones that went back in time.
I think he was the main one. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the main one.
He's like the boss guy.
Okay. Yeah, he's the main one going forward as well.
Now this slow-mo shot is terrible.
Yeah, it's not great.
Look at this. Oh god. Archer's never touched this thing in his life, and he's like, okay, let's play with it.
Yeah, but again, actually, you just brought up a great point. So they disperse this, whatever it is, into the air in Detroit, where nobody lives anyway. And it kills a couple 100 people. Then what?
Well, and on top of that, they didn't have all the blood types ready. So, as they said earlier, it would be like you're only killing off like 70% of the people.
Unless
anyway.
it was like a contagion that was supposed to spread across the world and like make everybody sick. I mean, but
even I think that's the goal. Yeah.
Yeah, I like.
It's supposed to be like a pandemic.
I mean,
I did like how they just cut directly back into the future again, and it's like, and I love how confused Trip is. Trip's just like, what the fuck is this? And what does that doohickey? And what's that panel?
How'd you get it all back?
That guy looks like a pan-fried catfish.
Yes.
And I do like how they ended this, because they ended it with like, you know, there's these aliens and they got face guns and stuff. And the guy's like, yeah, okay, sure, buddy, get in the back.
We're going to take you for
lizard people, which is hilarious because there's actually people who believe in like lizard people.
Yeah, they believe that like half the government is lizard people.
Yeah,
we're just going to take you for a rest.
Be careful, they've got phasers.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, no problem. We'll look right into that, sir. Just get in the cruiser.
Yeah. Phasers, yep, gotcha.
Yeah. And he's like, no, seriously, they have weapons and they're lizard people. Now these are the most coordinated police officers I've ever seen.
where he's like, I made a deal with your guys. He's like,
yeah.
He's like, I like for immunity and shit. And they're just like, yeah, we don't know what you're talking.
All right, gentlemen, that is that.
That was it.
Whew.
That is
Sorry, you had
that.
that twice, Ed.
We only had to wake up Adam a couple of times.
Yeah. Ripley helped.
I gotta keep her on my lap. Okay, so listen, let's do some fun facts.
Fun facts with Adam.
Thank you. All right, Jeffrey Dean Morgan said in an interview that the character makeup process required for the role nearly convinced him to quit acting altogether.
Yeah, you notoriously hated this experience.
Yeah.
Can't say I'm shocked by that.
In Star Trek Voyager's Future End and Star Trek Voyager's Future End Part 2, Tom Paris and Tuvok also borrow a blue Dodge Ram pickup truck. Same as Captain Archer and T'Pol do in this episode. T'Pol is asking...
End is better than this.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
T'Pol is asking Archer if he's familiar with driving a truck, recalls a similar line in Enterprise North Star where T'Pol asks Tucker if he knows how to ride a horse. In both instances, the officer doesn't, but assumes that past experience will be sufficient.
You know, like piloting a starship.
Sure.
Very similar to piloting a horse, I find.
Well, I guess the difference between driving a car and driving a starship is that you're not going to bump into another starship, you know. But
smacking your car on the ass doesn't get you anywhere.
That's right.
Well, you got to be careful not to scratch the paint, though. As we learned in the first episode of Enterprise.
The idea of characters coming back to the same time period as the real life filming period is very similar to Star Trek Assignment Earth, Jody, which we love.
And Voyager.
Voyager.
Back to the 90s.
Yeah, Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home.
I like the Voyager episode better.
And Star Trek Voyager at Future's End. This episode was filmed and aired in 2003, but they traveled back to the future year then of 2004.
We haven't mentioned it yet, but the best time travel episodes are past tense in DS9.
The best, I'm guessing that means segment. The best segment of this show is you learn so many cool new things. Only with Adam, though. Not with us.
Okay, only 3 of the 7 main cast members appeared in this episode, the fewest of the entire series. Only Captain Archer, T'Pol, and Commander Tucker was in this episode. Tucker appearing just for 2 scenes. Lieutenant Reed makes a voice-only appearance via communicator, while Ensign Mayweather, Ensign Sato, and Dr. Phlox were entirely absent.
Yep. Yeah.
Not sure what that comment means, but thanks for the comment anyway.
After they're getting their burgers, Loomis offers T'Pol some of his fries. When she declines, he says, "Have it your way. Have it your way."
I love that line.
Yeah, that is funny.
It's the slogan for Burger King. Okay, during the scene where Archer drives and Loomis eats the burger, Loomis drops a small piece of meat into T'Pol's knee. T'Pol thrusts her hands up into Loomis's face to push him back to prevent him from reaching for the meat on her leg. And Loomis explains, "Oh boy," just as Scott Bakula did with Dr. Sam Beckett was surprised at the beginning of every episode of Quantum Leap. Wow, that's reaching.
That is reaching.
This did feel like Quantum Leap.
No. It felt like the Archer ass-kicking show. The special guest star, T'Pol.
So Leland Orser, who plays Loomis, previously played Guy in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Sanctuary, Lovak in Deep Space Nine, The Dias Cast, and Dejarin in Voyager Revulsion. He was also born in San Francisco, which just happens to be Starfleet's headquarters. Wow.
Indeed.
I don't really like that guy. The guy was in Taken as well. I remember him in Taken. I think he was in 2.
He was very good in Revulsion. That was his best episode.
Yeah.
And he's good in this one.
This episode does not feature any scenes shot on the bridge, sickbay, or engineering. And the final episode was scripted to be set during the night. However, for the scene, it was clearly depicted as early morning. Yeah. I have one more, which I found
Is that about as fun as the facts are getting?
Medium fun.
This is kind of interesting, though. I did like this one because I'm a Halloween 1978 version horror film fan. But the title street name is a reference to Director John Carpenter. Loomis is a reference to Dr. Sam Loomis, who was played by Donald Pleasance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Lawrence Strode is a reference to Laurie Strode, played by Jaemeel Curtis.
I can't believe I didn't pick up on all that.
I didn't pick up on that at all.
That's a very fun fact.
Yes, it is.
Something completely unrelated, just because...
Hold on, let me finish this.
Go.
Loomis talks about a Mr. Myers, a reference to the infamous killer Michael Myers. And this is the coolest part. Loomis drives an old station wagon, much like the Myers drives in the film Halloween.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
That's pretty cool, actually.
I like this episode a lot better just because of that.
Just because of that, it's getting a higher mark for me.
Me too.
Sure. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Yeah.
I just put it up a point.
All right, gentlemen.
A little nod to Halloween. I like that.
Shall we rate this puppy?
Let's do it. What did Dave say?
He didn't put a rating.
He's on vacation.
Yeah,
let's put one in for him.
All right, let's put in. What do you want to put in?
Since he said A+, give him a 9.
Give him a 9. Okay.
He'll be like, "What? I don't agree with that."
He can always let us know later. I gotta mark that one off as suspicious. All right. So Adam, what are you giving this one?
I'm giving this a 4.
A 4?
Wow.
Wow. I don't know if it's a 4, but woo. All right. And Kevin isn't here, so we'll get his rating when he returns from Raza.
This is normally the kind of episode that would get a 4 for me. But like when I watch this episode, I don't ever skip it. And I skip certain episodes of certain Star Trek.
I'll skip this one again. I don't even remember seeing this one.
I'll give this one a 6.
Ironically, that's exactly what I was going to do. Give it a 6. Mm-hmm. So if we take our combined
totals, negative, Jody, we're simpatico.
Exactly.
I feel okay. Let's predict Kevin. I think Kevin's going to give it like a 3.
Kevin's going to love this episode. Kevin's going to give it like a 9.
Oops. Huh. I'm really bad at this part.
I find Kevin's often an outlier. And if we all like kind of were meh on it, he's gonna be like, "No, what? Are you kidding? I was enthralled this entire time." Like,
yeah. So right now we're averaging 6.3. IMDb shows this as a 7.4. So we're not far off, really. And again, we don't know if Dave is actually going to go with that 9 or not. I'm pretty sure he was just joking, but we'll see.
Yeah, it'll probably more like a 5 average by the end. But...
Yeah, exactly. So who knows?
The weakest one left. But I still like this episode.
Oh, we got some comments here. Hold on. I got the tail end of your stream last week, then watched a few of your past ones and also movie reviews on your other channel. Oh, well, thank you very much. The Trek reviewer.
Check out the locutors of Trek in the science division as well there, Trek reviewer. You'll love all that
we
stuff.
We have a lot of those. Yeah. We have a lot of those for sure. So please make sure you join us.
We have lots of content.
And Sam says he has a question for me, which is apparently, why do I hate Assignment Earth but not Star Trek Nemesis? Because Star Trek Nemesis is an underrated gem of a movie, and you can fight me on this. I love that movie, even though everybody hates it. But Tom Harding is awesome
for me. Like, I love the Romulan ships; they're gorgeous.
Oh, the Romulan ships are absolutely gorgeous in that movie.
That's like the only good part of that movie.
And Assignment Earth is an absolutely terrible Star Trek episode, if you can even call it a Star Trek episode.
You know what? Every time one of you guys says anything negative about Picard season 3, I just want to like say Picard Dune Buggy and like make him go away.
I love the Argo. The Argo is fantastic. I hope they bring back the Argo in Picard.
They probably will bring back the Argo in Picard.
The Argo is great.
You know the Titan has an Argo on it.
Sorry. Oh, every ship now has an Argo on it. Come on now. So, and Sam also asked, what Voyager episode is the Assignment Earth one? I think he means the one going back in time, which is a 2-parter.
Future's End.
Future's End, yeah. And that had Silverman in it, right?
Captain Braxton. Yeah, Sarah Silverman's first
Sarah
act.
Silverman was in there? Yeah, she was in there.
And then Braxton comes back later in another episode that's really good with 7 of 9. That whole plot in Voyager was really good. I've been rewatching Voyager recently here.
It's one of the better time travel episodes, if I remember. Yeah, and I'm not a massive.
Past tense is the best.
Yeah, past
Voyager's
tense is still
underrated. Voyager's underrated, not Nemesis.
I don't think Voyager is underrated, but anyway, that's
what else made this kind of good? It was Dina Meyer.
Dina Meyer.
She in this?
Dina Meyer. She was the Romulan commander, Donatra.
Oh, in Nemesis. Yeah, Donatra. Yeah, she was.
I didn't know that was her. Oh,
yep.
Yeah.
Out of Starship Troopers,
Yeah, Starship Troopers. I know her from that. And Sam says Voyager is underrated.
Yeah,
well.
Janeway is excellent.
Janeway, do you like Gary 7? 100% no. All right.
100% yes, Sam. I love Gary 7.
Yeah, well.
These were great episodes.
Remove Adam. He doesn't need to be here. No, I'm just kidding.
I woke up. Let's talk assignment Earth.
Now he wants to talk assignment Earth. What's that? I'm still in charge of this damn thing.
Okay.
All right.
Look, anyway, I took your spot now. I'm up here now.
That's okay.
Davan, you probably have a little bit more experience on the idea of talking about the other things that we do on this channel. So
I can fire that up. So we are part of a united federation of podcasts. I don't know if you knew. Look at that gorgeous look.
Oh, look at that.
We'll have some merch for you real soon, people. That's gorgeous stuff. So here in Live Long and Podcast, look at this crew. Gorgeous bunch. That's a handsome.
I especially like that guy at bottom road left side. He's a good looking boy.
The guy on the bottom left, yeah, he's real cool.
Yeah.
It's like the old guy.
We have lots of content.
The two old guys in the front middle, though, those guys are dated.
We have our command division here in red, which we're doing here tonight. This is where you get your TV show reviews. But we also
we're part of command division, Adam?
I just learned.
Yeah.
Did you learn this? Because I just did too.
You guys are command division, and then we have our ops division where we do Star Trek radio theaters. We did one recently. Don't listen to it. My mic toasted the whole thing. There will be an edited version. Listen to that.
If that isn't an advertisement for that, I don't know what is. But anyway,
no, it's actually really good. Like Jessica was amazing.
Jessica was great.
Yeah, so definitely listen to it, but wait for the edited one because I actually do a pretty good Boimler, but you never know because my mic was cutting out. And also, we have our science division where we launch probes, don't we, Adam?
And we do. Probes. We haven't done that in a while.
That's the probing branch right there.
Yeah, we probe.
Oh, I heard that about you.
It's a fun hour, that's for sure.
Yeah, it is. We take 3 topics from one of the other science division shows, Debate 9, and we get deeper into it.
I've only been on it once, I think, and then I wasn't ever asked to come back, so I'm guessing I should take the hint.
It was a failure. No, failed experiment. No.
And then we have the Pride one,
like Wesley fucking with nanites. Like that's what that was.
Don't do it. Don't do it, Jody. Don't do it.
I'm thinking about it. All right, I better not.
And of course, we have Locutors of Trek, where it's like we do long form stuff, and there may be another Locutors of Trek show on the way. I'm pretty excited. It has nothing to do with me, but I will say no more. That's it in the Live Long and
Star
podcast.
Trek
but
stuff,
we also have many for the Star Trek stuff. But there's also trivial debates. There's a wrestling themed one coming up here real soon for WrestleMania. Host Chris Murphy, contestants Jaemeel. I don't know who that dude in the middle is, and Andre Mayat, who himself is a professional wrestler. So I think he's probably got the insight.
Oh yeah.
And also on Fridays, join me on KBBBL. We weren't on last week because there were technical difficulties. Well, Jody wouldn't recommend it, but we talk about The Simpsons and we have a good time.
Nah, I'm just kidding. It's good.
We play games. We have fun. We learn about history, science. There's all kinds of stuff in that show. And Super Mater Brothers, hey, did you guys hear my sweet Super Mater Brothers X-Men sound effect that I found? Oh, you'll hear it. 1 sec.
You do know that we can't hear it, right?
You couldn't hear that?
No. I didn't hear it. Did you hear it, Adam?
Nope.
Sounds like a fail to me, but anyway.
There's something going on with my whole business there. Maybe that's what happened last week and why we canceled KBBBL.
Well, maybe.
But I'm going to have to look into that. And at Super Mario Brothers, we also have Mario Marvel Society. We review the Marvel content that comes out in the MCU. Next, I believe, will be Secret Invasion. And, of course, the
Far
Hellbound
too many Marvel
podcast.
Maters on that show, though.
Well, there's one.
Yeah, that's too many. I'm just kidding. I got to cut him up. He's on vacation, so I got to cut him up.
He is on vacation.
And then the Hellbound podcast. That's pretty cool.
The Hellbound podcast with Alex Blackburn and Michael Chan. They've been doing interviews on there recently as well. Those have been very good. And of course, we have, speaking of interviews, X-Rated the X-Men Animated Review Show. We do interviews on occasion. Like
you're on what, season 4 now?
Sealy Smith, the voice of Storm. We're getting there. We should be done this whole kit and caboodle around the end.
There was only 4 seasons of the original.
5.
Right? Was there 5? Oh, okay.
Some people don't speak of the 5th season.
Oh, maybe
they switched animation studios and stuff, and
yeah,
basically most everyone behind the scenes except for the voice actors. So
yeah,
I have a feeling like they'll ignore a lot of it in this new remake. But anyway, check out X-Rated. People love us. It's a good show. And
Graphic Histories.
Graphic Histories. This is where you get your interviews with comics personalities, movie people. His next interview will be with Robert Maillet, a professional wrestler you might know from WWE fame as Kurgan, and also an actor. He was in Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr. and a lot of things. Check that out. And of course, we got Hold Up a Movie podcast every second Wednesday where me and Chris
That's my favorite one.
each other about movies. Jody's been on that show.
Yeah, I watch it all the time. It's good. I love it. I like seeing perspectives.
Well, Andre's been enjoying that show too. People like Hold Up too. It's a fun show. It's long.
Trek Review says there's also a 6-player action arcade game based on that X-Men cartoon. There is, and it's good. I put a lot of quarters into that puppy. I can tell you that.
Me too. I could have gone to university or play that game, and I chose the right choice. Well, it's true because I actually quit 3 universities. So,
if you're gonna quit one, you might as well do it well, right?
Is money well spent? That game.
Student loans for the win.
There's our last radio theater right there. That was we did a comic adaptation.
Dave was Dracula because what's more fun than Star Trek? Star Trek with Dracula in it.
And we should do it. I think we made that pretty evident. But that's all our shows here in the United Federation of Podcasts.
Indeed. All right. Well, unless you guys got something to say, I'm not playing anything out because I don't have a soundboard. And
the episode wasn't that great to play anything out. I feel like tonight was just. This is my filler, the one you guys all hated a few times ago. I can't remember which one that was, but anyway.
You guys can't hear this sound effect?
Nope.
Oh man, what is going on here? All right. Oh, I know what's happening.
Me too.
I'll play us out. Give me 1 second. Oh yeah, that is the problem. All right. So here's my Mater sound effects. That'll play us out.
Don't want to make the natives restless.
Don't want to make the Maters restless.
Straight from the voice of Rogue.
All right. Anyway, guys, thanks for being with us, and we look forward to the crew coming back from Ryza next week, and it'll be I guess what's the next? There's no Deep Space Nine tomorrow, I don't think.
No, but we're doing Picard on Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yes, and I think Murphy's joining us for that one, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So I think Murphy's running the show on that one. Yeah. So I might join you guys. I don't know. We'll see. So, but I also have something which I'll put into chat to make life easier for everybody that I just got set up. But anyway, from all of us to all of you, thank you. Have a good night, and thanks for joining us.
I'm gonna play us out with the Locutors of Trek end theme since it's my birthday.
All right, I'll allow it. Good night, everybody. That was that's pretty that's a good end. I like that end.
How we do it.
All right.
You gonna end the broadcast though?
I'm going to right now. Thank you. All right.